Hey everybody, welcome to the PixelBlips podcast for July 21st, 2013. I'm Andy Ryan, that's Dave DeWert. We're playing some Game Gear games today through an emulator on my Dreamcast. We're going to start with Jurassic Park.
Not as bad as the Genesis version? Or is it just as bad as Genesis?
I actually like the Genesis version. Everyone always says like the Genesis version is horrible.
I can't remember playing either the Super NES or the Genesis version of this game and liking it. But
the Super NES version and the Genesis version are totally different. I was a big fan of the Nintendo version just because...
Really? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Is this the whole game or is it just this level?
Just this level.
And your car can jump?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see there's kind of battle damage on the car as they...
Yeah, as you get attacked and they tear it up a little bit. High-end stuff for the Game Gear, man.
Yeah, man, that parallax scrolling.
Yeah, buddy.
Freaking Game Boy couldn't handle this.
No, the Game Boy could not take this, but the Game Boy also ran for more than 2 hours on 4 batteries, so...
Nintendo fanboy.
Hey, I loved my Game Boy. I had every version.
Did you love your Game Boy, or did you love your Game Boy?
A little bit of both.
So what were you playing this week?
I put a couple more hours into Last of Us. I am in winter. I don't know if it goes through all the seasons or what, but so there's a section in which you start to play Ellie, and like it comes right after some really bad stuff happens. So I don't want to spoil anything because you're gonna borrow the game when I get done with it and play through it. So, but yeah, it's definitely got some gut wrenching moments in that game. You know, it's just like, holy crap, this game is gonna make me cry. And not like, what was that other game? There's some other game that did that to me too, and I can't remember what it is offhand. But Heavy Rain was pretty good. Like once you got into the story and that. But yeah, so that's what I've been playing for the most part. I put some more time into Rogue Legacy. Really haven't gotten any further. That game is just mean. I'm not really yelling. But the game is mean. So I've been doing that, and my wife actually, we went to Vintage Stock yesterday, and she picked up Kirby's block, it's the Kirby game that's like a block breaker game. I can't remember what
the Game Boy.
For the Game Boy, but it also had like the Game Boy Color information in it, so that if you put it in the Super Game Boy, or if you have a Game Boy Color, it also plays in like 8-bit color or something. So yeah, and I was like, all right, cool. So yeah, that's yeah. I keep trying to get her to get Kirby's Dream Land, but she's like, I've never played that game. I don't know if it's any good.
It is good.
I know it's good.
I keep trying to find.
Is that an extra guy?
I think so.
Looks like a dwarf.
There we go. At that. This reminds me a lot of Zillion on the Master System.
Oh, this game
is kind of walking around, like
just trying to figure out where the hell you need to go.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Metroid type.
All dinosaurs. I'm guessing you're not killing the dinosaurs. You're just scaring them away.
I imagine. I don't know. I have an instruction manual for this.
Is there an instruction manual for this?
I don't think I have an instruction manual for this one.
It seems like you're kind of going in circles.
Yeah. Well, you have to kind of go in and out of these doors. And go that way.
Can you aim? Can you like shoot up with the gun? No.
Nope. No.
Oh. Rock slide.
Oh, and water kills you.
And apparently you can't swim.
Remember that first part of this game that was awesome?
Yeah, the first part of this game was pretty awesome. This is kind of not.
So
what have you been up to? You've been playing anything that's come out in the last decade?
Shut up. They put Lord of the Rings War in the North on sale on the PlayStation Store for $5. So at $5 I felt like...
Was that the kind of MOBA-like game?
No, that's Middle Earth Guardians, and that was free on PlayStation Plus. I already had that. I played it for a bit, didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I can't really see like with his like as much control you need in like a MOBA type game. I can't really see that working well on a console. So.
Well, I don't think it was bad like control wise. I think I just don't like those MOBA games.
Yeah, there's a lot of like little intricacies you have to learn, and stuff like that.
It's like the only one I've really liked so far was the Ratchet and Clank type one, and that really wasn't a mobile game per se.
No, not really. I can't figure out where you're supposed to go.
I know. We'll get there.
This Jurassic Park game, man.
You keep going in different holes here to figure out.
Wait, is that acid falling from the roof of that cave? Like, will that kill you?
Well, since water kills me, I bet that would kill me as well. So.
The guy is made out of tissue paper. Life back?
Life back is a little blue.
Yeah. Spikes will obviously kill you.
Man, Jurassic Park was everywhere in the 90s.
I remember seeing Jurassic Park in like a dollar house, like a year after it came out.
I saw Jurassic Park at a double showing at the drive-in. With Dennis the Menace.
That was paired with that? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And I remember hating Dennis the Menace. Probably more so because it was getting in the way of getting to Jurassic Park.
Yeah. I had to wade through this crap to see this. Alright, there's the extra guy. Although, is there a way to check and see if you have any extra lives? Aha.
So I have different stuff here.
So you have a different gun. Hey, you can drop those blocks down.
Yeah, probably this. That's
The one that you can shoot up. You just have to find your way back to those blocks now.
Yep. But yeah, so I remember like loving Jurassic Park as a kid. Like,
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Yeah,
Too bad the sequels were kind of meh. Like 3 was especially meh, but the first one wasn't
I
too
like
bad.
3 a lot more than 2.
But yeah, 2 wasn't that great either. Like the original movie, it's like The Matrix, right? Like the original movie is the best, and then the ones that came after it were kind of hit or miss.
Varying quality.
Yeah.
I actually just rewatched all the Matrix movies like back to back,
Mm-hmm.
and they all hold together when you watch them like that.
When you watch
the
them,
sequels aren't horrible.
It's
when you
just
just,
one
like,
giant movie basically.
when you just marathon it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Lord of the Rings: War of the North. I had finally decided that. Oh, I need to switch my gun back, I guess. I had finally decided that because I'm a kind of a Tolkien fan, Tolkien purist,
A little bit.
and this is their first expanded universe thing with Lord of the Rings, and I decided like I didn't want that. That's not cool to me. But then it was $5, so I played it, and I got probably 3/4 of the way through, and my save file corrupted, so now I'm playing it again. And the cool thing about it is, in terms of like the expanded universe stuff, is it was good enough or close enough to what I wanted from the expanded universe
Mm-hmm.
that the stuff they added felt authentic enough that
It fit.
It fit and it tricked me
Huh.
in terms of
Was this actually in there? I don't remember.
yeah. Like I had to go back. You go to this one place that the dwarves live, and I had to go back and look up in one of my atlases like if it was actually there, and it was totally created for the game. And I was like, that's really cool that
They were actually able to put that stuff in there, and even the most hardcore of even the
I
most.
remember.
Okay, I was just helping you out.
Who's playing this game?
You are kinda. I think you need to use that other gun. Or not.
Game sucks at this game.
This game sucks at this game. Do you can you fall forever and not die? Like, because that seems kind of like something that's going on. I think you have health kits too.
Okay, here you select a game. I gotta go take a little break.
Okay. Let's see what all kind of trouble I can get into on Andy's thing here. You know that's gonna pick up on here, right? Magical Puzzle Populous. Magic Knight Ray Earth. Let's do that. So yes, I owned a Game Gear at one point during my life. It's in Japanese too. Crap. But I got rid of it a long, long time ago, and I kind of regret it. But I never really had any games that I particularly cared about or liked on it. It was I had like the Sonic game and maybe 2 others, and none of them were particularly good. I just skip this. There we go. Okay, I'm a schoolgirl. Let's go.
Oh, it's Magic Knight Ray Earth.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's in Japanese, so I have no clue as to what I can do. Yeah, that was Andy's $50 steal.
Look at that. Oh, it's
Came with what, 30 games, something like that.
32 actually, because they didn't count 2 of them.
And a carrying case.
And a carrying case, which I was originally when we saw it in the this is Magic Knight Rare Earth.
I don't even know what to do.
It's an RPG. Figure it out.
Okay.
So the story behind the Game Gear is we were at a pawn shop, a thrift store, and we were going through games and stuff, and I saw the case out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, hey, that's a cool Sega case. Not thinking anything was in it, thinking I would just use it. Thinking I would just use it as a like a book bag or something. And she was like, it's $50, and I was like, that's weird. What's inside of it? And she opened it up, and the Game Gear and all the games were in it.
Hey, fire! No, that didn't do any good.
So did you ever watch the Magic Knight Rare Earth series?
No, I never did. I probably should have, so at least I'd know what's going on here.
3 Japanese schoolgirls get transplanted to a magical world of swords and sorcery.
Obviously.
A little known fact, Magic Knight Rare Earth was the last game published for the Sega Saturn, published by Working Designs. Our good idols at Working Designs.
Yeah, I like Working Designs.
And this thing is a beast.
It's monstrous. Did I just heal everybody? I don't know.
I think you should quit this.
I should totally not play this game anymore. How do you quit out?
You should give me back the remote.
Should definitely not have chose Magic Magic
Knight Rare Earth.
I should have known, because a little J in parentheses, that it's in Japanese.
Yeah.
I should totally play Madden 96.
Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Because I actually played surprisingly good. Let's see, maybe it's back in the front. Because there's some of them in the front.
I was going to say it's in alphabetical, but if it's got some weird stuff in front. I do like this Dreamcast. This is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's good. What is it?
Like, that was one of the awesome things about the Dreamcast was it was just so easy to break. And, like we've said,
there's a lot of homebrew.
There's a lot of homebrew stuff on it. It's like the PSP, right? Like, you can crack the PSP and then download all games. And we're not advocating piracy, but, I mean, most of these games you'll never see in the wild. So, and if you do...
And especially these Game Gear games and the Master System games, like, there's a point where, like, this stuff needs to be preserved so that people can experience it going forward.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of the games are just never going to come out again. Like, if I can find the one I'm looking for... you'll see why, is that, like, it's just never going to get over here and be able to play, but it's a good game, it deserves to be played.
At least checked out.
Yeah.
Still
going. Yeah, that's Rare Earth 2.
It's really hard to read some of these, though. Like, the long names are kind
of
the
long names, and sometimes they just, like, stop, like, translating the name, and it's just, like, junk.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of kanji or whatever.
Well, it's still Latin letters, but...
Yeah, it's just hard to read. Yeah, too bad you couldn't play Game Gear games 2-player on this. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Was there a 2-player mode? Like, was there, like, a link cable between Game Gears?
Yes, there was a link cable, and a lot of the games came with, because they were mostly arcade ports, came with, like, a kind of a pass-off mode.
Oh, yeah, but how would you do Mortal Kombat that way? I don't think you would be able to.
No, I don't think Mortal Kombat had a pass-off mode, but, like, before we started recording, I was playing Aerial Assault.
Yeah, you would pass it to player 2, they'd hit start. Just kind of like what you do with some, like, that's what you do with Advanced Wars on the GBA.
Yeah.
You would pass it to your buddy, and then he'd hit start, and then you wouldn't be able to see where all his stuff is. Unless you were a douche and you hit it, and you're like, oh, I know where all your guys are.
Yeah.
And, sorry, I hit the button. You should totally play Shaq Fu.
No, we're not playing Shaq Fu.
Aww.
Art versus the Space Mutants. Man, if I can find this one, I should have written down what it was called, because I was going through a bunch of these the other day, and I was like, hey! Star Wars, Streets of Rage.
Super Invaders. Tales' Adventures.
Surf Ninja. Man, where is it?
What are you looking for? There's Tempo Jr.
Yeah, we'll do Tempo Jr. since I bet everyone's kind of upset with us going through this. There's a Sailor Moon game on here that is surprisingly decent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that where they found all the, like, Mugen sprites? Or do people just make those?
Oh, I bet they just made them, but it looks good. So here's Tempo Jr.
What's up, Tempo? No spoilers today, Tempo.
If you guys know know our show, you know that we use tempo quite regularly as a spoiler warning guy.
Oh wow.
So they actually
He is awfully huge.
So they did a pretty good job of making tempo
I mean, yeah, he looks really good.
look good, and sprite moves well. It moves very much slower than the Genesis 32X game, but
Yeah.
you know that's to be expected. It's kind of a different style game. It's more exploration, less combat.
So some more Castlevania-esque,
Yeah.
Metroidvania.
Well, I mean,
There's not as much combat, but you're just like trying to find all the collectibles
it
and
reminds
get
me
all
a
the
lot of
power-ups and stuff.
the Dave Perry games.
Wait, so he flies by holding the jump button in air?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
You kind of had this big world level, and you need to kind of figure your way through it, kind of maze-like. And it's tempo, so.
Yeah.
And the music's really good. Once again, for those of you who don't know, see, look at that.
He's afraid of water.
Like that's a good good sprite animation.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Tempo, 32X game and this game was developed by the same team that did Bonk's Adventure.
Oh yeah, Bonk was a really good game. Wait, what's he doing?
He's doing. You can look up.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can look down.
Wow, this is some really nice sprite work.
Yeah, especially when you consider that both the
This is basically a Master System.
yeah, the Game Gear and the Master System were both 8-bit consoles.
Can you fly up?
No, I'm gonna have to fly across that water. I was trying to figure out a way. Maybe I didn't have to.
You can't fly across the water. There's still a wall there.
Okay, here we go. This is kind of the point of these games. Is like the level is a maze. You can kind of figure right through it. I bet there are people watching the podcast right now screaming at me.
No, you need to go up and all the way to the right. You can't do that.
See, I thought there we go.
Okay. It didn't look like you could, but it's getting dark.
So the evil boss shows up and Tempo gets sad and you have to kind of...
He starts walking even slower.
Yeah, and the bad thing, well the good thing in this game that isn't in the Genesis game, kind of exploration element, is you have to kind of light up these flowers.
Oh, that's cool.
And you light up the flowers and
It makes the light.
it brings the
Brings the light
background
back.
music back up and
That's cool.
makes Tempo happier.
Yeah. He's a cricket, right?
Yeah, he's a cricket. So Tempo's a cricket, he's a musical cricket.
Oh, crickets are musical. Except
And,
for the husband and legs.
He has a girlfriend that is a butterfly.
Aww.
That you have to find her in the 32X game. You have to find her pupa, her cocoon, and wake her up in every level. And when you do that, you get bonus points.
Wait.
And the whole thing about Tempo is he's very musically inclined. Like you saw, like I picked up
A CD or a laser disc or
and his stun move is a.
He throws a little music note.
And if you're close enough when you hit the stun move, you'll actually you'll actually do a little kick like that, which is
that's
also
cool.
really good. You can jump, you can run by double tapping forward.
Bounce on people's heads, and this is man. I mean, for a Game Gear game, it looks really really good. I can't say how it plays, but it looks really really nice for.
Here, I'll give you the controller in a second, since I get to this part.
It looks like you're almost
I
dead.
thought this was the end. No, that's the other weird thing is that you can see
the life bar
the
like
life
hides
bar
behind
flips
parts of
in
the
and out.
background.
Um,
That's kind of silly, but I guess technical oversight.
No, a lot of how they eked power out of the Master System and the Game Gear was. Can I do a triangle jump?
Jump off the wall.
No, I can't. How they eked out a lot of performance from the Master System and the Game Gear was using the background layer instead of using sprites. So instead,
There's an extra guy over there.
So instead of using a sprite or something to animate the life bar, they would just use part of a background tile.
Yeah. And then anything that goes in front of it just moves.
Yep. In front of it, which
Yeah.
is annoying as hell. So here you go. Take your time to type up.
Alright, so what do we got? Is A's attack, B's jump. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's double tap to run.
So earlier we were talking about the Lord of the Rings game and how it kind of fooled me a bit, and I like it enough. It's a pretty mediocre game, but I like it enough to go back and after my save are corrupted, like try and continue playing the game from the beginning. And it's cool. It made me feel kind of good about the extended universe stuff that they're gonna do going forward. Yeah, I don't know how you get up there.
I was hoping maybe there was like
rock fields.
A down-up jump type thing. Maybe he could like rocket himself up there.
Man, the music on this is really good too. The 32X version we'll do a video of probably eventually. And the 32X is basically used for its extra music processing power.
It was the exit. The sign wasn't there though.
Well, I think I had to collect that last musical note.
Oh, you have to collect all the notes.
And but the 32X is also used to animate all the backgrounds in
Did he just eat him?
Tempo 32X. No, he kicks.
It looked like he opened his mouth, but okay.
You can hear the bees buzzing.
Oh, I was gonna say, what is that sound? And it's the mosquitoes or bees or whatever those are.
I guess mosquitoes are probably a better descriptor.
Long pointy noses is.
Let's see, what else have I playing this week? Oh, I can't believe I overthought this. I've been playing Skies of Arcadia.
Oh, how are you liking that?
On my Dreamcast. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Skies of Arcadia was a pretty good game.
And I actually put new batteries in my VMU. I've been taking my VMU around with me playing Pintas Quest.
Oh, is that the little side quest thingy?
Yeah, to kind of get more gold and stuff.
I was gonna say, did you get money out of that? Or?
Yeah, I'm still pretty. You get money experience. I'm still pretty early in the game. I actually just unlocked. I think his name is Klupo or Kulip or something.
Right.
He's the kind of silver person that goes with you, and he has a weird power in the game. You have to click a musical note. There you go. He has a weird power in the game where he, when you get near his food, he starts chirping at you, which comes through the VMU, and the VMU speaker is like, it's like a watch alarm. It's like,
yeah.
beep, beep. So I'm kind of looking into maybe picking up a jump pack, because apparently it'll also rumble, and everyone says like, do that, because that beeping sound gets really annoying.
Really irritating, really fast, yeah.
But I'm really liking Skies of Arcadia. It's a really fun, doesn't take itself too seriously RPG, which, especially in that day and age, we didn't really get.
No, you got a lot of super serious JRPG.
Yeah.
I mean, as super serious as a JRPG gets. But
Well, after Final Fantasy VII, I think everyone kind of wanted to grab that magic again.
yeah. That's the kind of stuff that kind of only happens every now and then.
Yeah, and it's so good. And, like, it's made me want to like see if I could get a fan translated version of Segaga and play it.
And that is
in my Dreamcast. Segaga was going to be like the last RPG for the Dreamcast, but it never got released over here, to my knowledge. They had like almost a totally done translation.
Wow.
And the story of Segaga is you work for Sega, and
Segaga.
Yeah, and
okay.
so you're trying to help Sega be victorious over PlayStation and Nintendo. And there's a bunch of Sega in-jokes and everything, and as a huge Sega fan, I've always wanted to play it. And I recently found out that there are fan translations out there that you can get that will run in the Dreamcast. So I'm excited. As excited as someone could be for a
game in which you play a Sega developer.
A bootleg game.
Hey, bootleg games.
I think your exit sign's up there.
Yeah, there was a CD down there. I was just covering my bases here.
So, anything else before we end this show?
You should definitely go play Last of Us if you have PS3.
Yeah.
If you still haven't bought anything on the Steam sale, you should probably go do that. There's all kinds of stuff. I've probably dropped like $20 on some stuff since last week.
There's also an Atlas sale going on the PlayStation Store for a bunch of their PSP titles that are all Vita compatible. So I've also been playing. I bought, because there's only $3.50 or something. I bought Conco Bancho Rumble.
Okay.
Which is basically the nowadays version of River City Ransom.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't take itself at all seriously. It's really fun.
Goofy.
I recommend picking it up. I don't know how much more I'm going to play of it, but it's one of those titles that I can see myself in, 5 or 6 years, picking up and playing all the way through. I was on Reddit Game Collecting, and someone posted their PSP collection of all their boxed PSP games, and I was like, oh.
You have a pretty decent amount of boxed PSP games, though.
Yeah, but there's so many that have come out, like, recently. Like, pretty much
Yeah.
after the PSP Go came out, I I really tapered
Well-
off buying the boxed games unless it was a good deal.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
and the PSP Go didn't have a VMU slot in it.
Well, yeah, but I
so
didn't have the PSP Go, but I kind of knew that like going forward, they're not gonna.
They're gonna
gonna
try to go
get-
more digital.
Yeah, they're
than-
gonna get rid of this UMD thing, and I'm glad I did because when I bought my Vita, I had a lot of games. To
I
play
can't tell
on
if I'm
that.
doing damage to this guy. Like
You
his,
are.
his little life bar doesn't. Well, I mean, maybe it's not that
See, when he flashes, you're doing damage to him. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
so at that point, I kind of stopped buying boxed games, but there have been latter day titles like the Ease games out of Exceed and the Tactics Ogre that I really wish I would have bought in the box. Which
You mean-
nothing's stopping me from like in a flea market in 3 years picking it up.
Oh yeah. You totally
I
if you
feel
find
like
it at a
jealous.
thrift store or something.
So yeah, we'll see you next week.